Hey, welcome inside Zippy's Garage. In today's episode, we're going to be covering the National Corvette Museum Bash Weekend. So stick around. Hey, thanks for pushing that play button. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jeff Zippity-Doo-Dah, and this YouTube channel is dedicated to the fun and games associated with being an automotive enthusiast. So if that sounds something you like, please consider subscribing. If you like today's video, give the video a thumbs up. It really does help with the YouTube algorithms. And then also consider following me over on Instagram as well under Zippy's Garage, because I will post photos and reels from the event in real time over on Instagram. So like I said in that quick introduction, in today's video, we're going to be covering the weekend events down in Bowling Green, Kentucky at the National Corvette Museum from the Michelin Bash weekend. I am back home after the event. Due to some work conflicts and so forth, I wasn't able to drive down, but I did fly in and was able to capture some of the events on Thursday afternoon, as well as all day Friday, and then again on Saturday. Now, there wasn't a lot of breaking news that came out of the Bash, but there are some highlights and active threads over on Mid-Engine Corvette Forum. So please go over and check out the forum over there if you want to see some of the breaking information that came out from the Bash. But like I said, there wasn't a lot of new information, but there are some threads and topics out there over on the forum discussing, the goings on and so forth. I didn't really sit in, I did sit in, but I didn't videotape the seminars held by Harlan Charles and the Corvette team, because frankly those were over an hour long and that would make for a pretty boring video. But what this video does capture is I do get inside a couple of the new Z06s that were on display, as well as we check out the two new colors, the pearl white metallic, as well as the black or the new carbon flash metallic, and we also capture the new adrenaline red interior. So we do get inside a bunch of new Corvettes and then walk around the engine, we get good photographs of the Z06, and then I kind of just capture the flavor of Bash Weekend. We talk to a lot of the different vendors, talk to a lot of different Corvette owners, and we also get a chance to speak with the new president and CEO of the National Corvette Museum. If you've never been to the museum, I highly recommend it. And please, going down on Bash Weekend or Labor Day weekend to celebrate the anniversaries are a really good time to enjoy time with other like-minded Corvette owners. And that being said, the planning stages are already underway for the 2024 National Corvette Caravan, which will be celebrating the 30th anniversary of the Corvette Museum. So please check out CorvetteCaravan.com for more information. If you're interested, I also have the new window clings or stickers for the Caravan. I'll put a photograph of those here. They're $10 a piece plus shipping. If you're interested in one, please hit me up in the comments and I'll coordinate getting one out to you, or connect with your local caravan captain. So with that said, guys, let's head over to Bowling Green, Kentucky. So Zippy's Garage out on location, and you can tell from the backdrop, folks, where I am at. I am at the National Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and we are out here for the Bash Weekend event. You can see this parking lot over here to my right is all set up for Corvettes only, so nothing but Corvettes in that particular parking lot. And if you haven't been at the museum in a while, you can see out there on the horizon, there used to be a hotel. That hotel has been knocked down. The Corvette Museum now owns that property, and they are planning an expansion for the Corvette Museum in the coming years. But a beautiful day out here today. You can see lots of Corvettes out in the parking lot, and as we walk up to the museum, I am really, really proud of this. My local Corvette club, the original Garden State Corvette Club based in the Deptford, southern New Jersey area, has our Corvette Club banner on display, our parking lot banner. So this is going to be up for the upcoming year. Proud member, lifetime member of the National Corvette Museum as a club, lifetime member of the museum. So our Corvette Club is a proud member of the National Corvette Museum. So if you're in the southern New Jersey looking for a car club, please consider the original Garden State Corvette Club. We host a couple shows throughout the year and cruise nights, and we meet twice a month in Deptford, New Jersey. But you can see, such a cool place to walk up to. You can see all the different, you've got all the particular benches that are out here, and something that's near and dear to my heart is the Corvette Caravan. We got that coming up in 2024. You can see this one here from 2009. Here's it again from 2009, celebrating the 15th anniversary of the museum. And these are all purchased as dedications for fundraising for the museum, but they can be dedicated to different organizations, different people. Sam and Liz Hernandez. Again, really, really cool what the museum is all about. And if you've never been to the Corvette Museum, highly recommend it. The Bash weekend is a really cool chance to get down here. There's a lot of Corvettes here, a lot of enthusiasts here, but there's a lot going on, but it's not as crazy as when the caravans roll through. The caravans bring thousands of people into town. This will bring in maybe 1,000 people, somewhere in that neighborhood, as opposed to the 4,000 or 5,000 that come in for the caravan. This was the 50th anniversary back in 2003. That was 50th anniversary of the car itself. Here's New Jersey. New Jersey, follow me to Bowling Green Corvette Caravan for 2003, which I'm happy to say I was a part of. Somewhere out here is my family's brick. I know it's here somewhere. They have a map inside that tells you where, you know, how to look it up and so forth. But if I happen to see it, I'll be sure to point it out to you. So this weekend, I'm going to try and bring you as much coverage as I can from the event. Kind of walk around outside. They've got vendors set up in the circle here. Plus, they're doing new car deliveries inside. There's going to be seminars. The new Z06 is here. The new colors for 2023 are here. The white and the carbon flash, which is a black color. So stick around for more to come from the Bash. Okay, so here we are inside the National Corvette Museum. Now, if you've never been down here, I highly recommend you getting down here. The beautiful thing about this museum is it's not a static display setup. Every time you come down here, you're going to see something different. In fact, they have a new display inside the museum that's getting ready to open up in the end of May. That's going to focus in on Hot Wheels. Yes, the Mattel Hot Wheels are going to have a display down here. And this is one of my coolest things here. It's a video racing simulator, basically a video game. You get inside of this C6 Corvette and you can see the video screens up here, and you can see the car is set up on motion pieces here that will move the entire vehicle as you're driving around the video race course. My 12-year-old, she's now 13, but my daughter at the time was 11 years old and was doing a lot better than some of the adults who have driver's license in this racing simulator. She had a lot of fun with that. So we're going to turn around. Here's your museum. This is the entrance into the museum display itself over here to the right. And you can see I'll get as much content as I can through there as I'm allowed. But you come into the museum, they've got the Wendell Strobe Club Room. This is where the registration is for everything this weekend. Come in, pick up all your lanyards and your credentials for the week. And then Corvette Row here, this is really, really cool. These are new owners getting ready to take delivery of their R8C. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Nice to see you. Thanks, Ed. Excuse me. So folks are getting ready to take home. If you order your car through the museum for museum delivery, this is where you take your delivery from, right here inside the museum itself. And you can see these are set up ready for their owners to come in. And it's not like they just, you know, set you along with somebody to set up your cell phone and connect your Bluetooth. They go over the car in a really in-depth way. And this owner is actually sitting inside his car, you know. Sid, proud owner of a 2022 Rapid Blue convertible. So he's ready to take this thing home. And we've got a red mist back here getting ready to go home. And it looks like, you know, one of the folks here from the museum is actually going over everything for the new owners. You can see inside there, going everything on the car. Also new is the Stingray grill. So the Corvette Cafe is no longer, it is now the Stingray grill. I've yet to have some lunch in here, but I'm certainly going to do that this week while we're down here. But a much nicer setup inside the Stingray grill, and conference center off here to the right is where they'll do a lot of seminars, and I'll be sure to capture as much of that as I can. But you can see this car is backing up here, the red one, so that's getting ready to be driven off by its new owner. And what you do is they actually pull this right outside down this little access road here, and they're ready to go home with their new owner. So pretty stinking cool. And all the assembled folks congratulate the new owner. So there he goes, off into the abyss. He's going to be driving that car brand new right off of the museum floor. How cool is that? So again, another really cool thing that the Corvette Museum does. Consider if you're ordering one of these brand new C8s, and that's what most people are having to do right now is custom order them, consider doing museum delivery, and you will get that treatment here at the National Corvette Museum as well. So outside at some of the new car displays. So not a lot of people here right now, but we're going to take a look at the 2023 70th Anniversary Edition 3LT convertible. So 70th Anniversary badging, new wheel on this car, and then this is the pearl white as part of the 70th anniversary, and a couple new things for the anniversary. You've got two-tone, this is the GT2 seat, and take a look at the color combination here, because I'm going to show you the one that's in that carbon flash over there. The color combination in the seats are flipped. So let's climb inside here, show you some of the features inside this car that are new. So you've got the Alcantara center here on the tunnel, Alcantara across the headliner as well. Just a carbon fiber here. Really, really nice with all the stitching and so forth. You can see the door panel. Very nicely done. And this is not the Z06, guys. This is still just the standard Stingray, but it's done up in the 3LT trim level. But you can see that white pearl paint. And this has got a silver stripe on it. See the silver stripe that runs the body. So you've got your body colored nacelles, body colored mirrors. And we're going to take a walk over. We've got somebody climbing into the carbon flash. So this is the 70th anniversary 3LT coupe. So again, same 70th anniversary badging on it. This is done up in the carbon flash metallic. So it's the same paint that was used on the Centennial Edition. But you can take a look at the competition seats here. This has got the white outsides, black inserts, whereas the car we just sat in had the white inserts. So again, you can see the Alcantara on the center console, as well as up on the headliner. And I'm going to climb into the competition seat, and you really sink into these seats. I'm a big guy, and I fit in these things comfortably. But again, you take a look at the two-tone setup on this particular car, the way the color combination is set up. Which do you prefer better? Do you prefer the white outsides, or do you like the white inside that was shown on the pearl white car? So I'm going to climb back out, show you a little bit more of the carbon flash. The carbon flash really does shine in the sunlight here today. And this has also got a a full-length stripe on it. Very, very subtle, but there is a stripe here, guys. So hopefully that comes through on camera. And then here's what everybody's coming to see is the new Z06. This is the Z06 convertible, done up in red mist. Massive low wing on this thing. Really looks nice. I like that aggressive looking wing. Not as big as the high wing on the Z06. But again, here's your natural dipped interior. Carbon fiber wheel. Let's take a walk over, see how close we can get to the Z06. Another convertible. See, there's Harlan Charles, guys. So, I mean, you can get up close and personal with these guys here out at the bash. Carbon fiber wheel, high wing done in carbon. And you can see inside, you've got the comp seats with the yellow stitching, and then full carbon fiber throughout on that dash. Carbon fiber on the steering wheel. Again, Alcantara up on the headliner. So you got your carbon flash nacelles on this particular build. A really nice setup. Carbon fiber high wing. That center exit exhaust that's specific to the Z06. And then moving over here, you've got your red Corvette, but something new for the 2023 model year is the new interior. So this is the dipped adrenaline red, available only in the 3LT. Ooh, excuse me, sir. And if you like red, this is your car. Red exterior, red calipers, and blood red throughout. You can see rocker panels, door sills, interior everywhere, all single color red, a little black carbon fiber accents and some aluminum. For the most part, everything you see in here is going to be that beautiful, beautiful leather and beautiful carbon fiber. So new stuff for 2023. Zippy's Garage still on location at the bash, and I'm out in the Corvette parking lot and ran into, just by happenstance, my friend Steve Garrett. Hello, Steve.
What's going on, Zip?
So from Corvette Today podcast, if you haven't done so already, please check out his podcast, but more importantly, subscribe to his YouTube channel too, as well. Yes. So that's relatively new. So what's the latest you've had on the podcast, Steve?
This week, I've got the Global Chief Engineer for small block engines for General Motors, not Corvette and Chevrolet, for General Motors on the podcast with his Assistant Chief Engineer. So that was really cool. A couple weeks ago, we had Ron Fellows on. So that was really great because Ron Fellows is a Corvette racing icon.
Very cool. So yeah, again, check out Corvette Today podcast. But we were walking through the parking lot. Anything? Well, go ahead.
No, CorvetteTodayPodcast.com.
There you go. Thank you. So it's a mouthful. It's like Zippy's Garage. I got to spell it every time I say it. So, but in the parking lot. So that means his car is here. So his car's right here. But before we get to that, I'm sitting here talking to Steve, and this other gentleman says, "Hey, you're Zippy." So this is Michael. Michael, how are you, sir?
I'm well, sir, and you?
I'm doing excellent. So Michael's car is parked right here, which was purchased from Criswell Chevrolet in Maryland, but was delivered right here at the National Corvette Museum through the museum delivery process. And how Michael recognized my name is I am driving Michael's 2019 Corvette that I purchased from Mike Furman at Criswell Chevrolet. Yep. So Michael lives here in Tennessee and had that. The 19 Stingray was also a Corvette Museum delivery as well.
Now my third with this one.
Very cool, very cool. And how I knew it was Michael's car is when you do a museum delivery, you get a dash plaque on the C7 and on the C8 with your name engraved on it, and reached out to him because he wanted that placard back. So Michael and I connected through email, and lo and behold, we're meeting here for the first time today.
Plus I sent the build sticker and the window sticker, build sheet and window sticker in exchange.
Correct, yes. So we had a nice little trade-off. He sent me the laminated copy of the build sheet and window sticker on the 2019. So again, small world when you're down here at the Corvette Museum. So new for 2023 are some wheel designs. I don't know the names of them yet, guys, but I understand they're all on display. So we're going to go through and capture some of them. So here's one of the new wheels, a little bit of a two-tone gray and machine silver. Then you've obviously, this is Z06 specific. That's the carbon fiber wheel. See if I can get it better on this side in the sun. So, but I'm really talking about the Stingray wheels. So that one that was over there on the red car is one of the options. Swing back around to the red mist. This is another Z06 wheel as an option. And then both anniversary cars have the same, call it a black wheel or gray wheel. And you can see what that looks like here with the red stripe on it. And again, this pearl white anniversary has the same wheel as the carbon flash. But a little birdie told me that over here, this back row are all General Motors owned vehicles. And looks like this orange one that I'm walking up to is a new wheel design. So this is the new black version of that first wheel that we showed you on the red car. So here it is, kind of in the shade. It says Forged on it. Pretty good looking wheel. If you're into the black wheel scene, this looks really nice. So let me know in your comments below, guys, which wheel do you prefer? And as promised, I was going to walk around the Corvette Circle. This is right out front of the Corvette Museum, you see. They've got vendors set up and so forth, and one of the vendors here is Expel, and this is Michael from Expel. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing well, sir.
Excellent.
I want to thank you guys for coming out today. I want to walk you through a little bit of what Expel is. Some of you may have heard of us, but just in case you haven't, let's kind of talk about it. So we are an automotive protection maker, if you will. We've been around since 1997, and we specialize in paint protection film, so like a clear bra, a clear wrap to protect your paint from rock chips and scratches. We also make a ceramic coating to make your vehicle extremely easy to clean and very shiny. Some would say it kind of adds that candy-coated wet paint look. And then we also specialize in automotive window tint. So we have a window tint now that's virtually clear, but can block up to 98% of infrared heat. Now, infrared heat is the heat you can feel. So you'll be driving down the highway, you'll see the sun on your arm, but you won't be able to feel the heat. So,
and that's what I have installed on my C7 Corvette, on my 2019. I've got the Expel window tint and absolutely love it. Excellent.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
So what have you done to the Rapid Blue C8 that's out here?
So with the Rapid Blue, we did the package that most people ask for. So this is by far our most popular package globally that we see for the C8. And you might be saying, Michael, how do you know that stuff, right? Are you just making that up? So we can track all of the computer kits that we cut throughout the globe. So we can see what's being cut the most for certain makes and models. So for the C8, in fact, most enthusiast cars talk about 911, talk about Camaro, talk about Hellcat, all sorts of things. The enthusiasts typically go with this package. So we'll protect the whole front end, full hood, full fenders, front bumper, headlights, side mirrors. Then we're also going to protect down the rocker panels along the side.
Yep.
Because the front tires are going to throw up rocks and it's going to chip back there. And especially on the C8, we're seeing a ton of this happen. So if you own a C8, pay attention right now, because some guys will just kind of stop here at this body line. But what we're seeing is that these arrow blades, these boomerangs,
yep,
whatever we're calling it, this gets beat up a ton, and then the entire rear quarter panel. In fact, if your camera can see it, there are two rock chips, one here and one here, where he didn't put film. He's like, I don't think I need that. He's already got rock chips back there, and the car's only been on the road for about 6 months. So
that's where, folks that are doing the full body wrap, that's where that really comes into play when
right,
when you're covering the entire car.
Right. So when we talk about, people ask, Michael, what do I protect? Like, what should I do? And I'm not just going to jump to do the whole car, because that's insane, right? But look at what the car is and look at what you use it for.
Yep.
What are the high impact areas? Where are the rocks most likely going to hit? So on something like this, full front rocker panels, sometimes rear quarter panels, and then because it's so low, we do the A-pillars and we do the leading roof edge.
Gotcha.
Because that gets beat up a ton too. So anything low to the ground, we're probably going to add that too.
Nice. And gone are the days of when the clear bra first came out, where guys were doing half of the hood. You would see that line going across the hood. So now folks are doing the entire body panel to really hide those lines.
Yeah, and so back then, when that was kind of more common, we were just kind of limited by what the film could be made in, right? Now we have sheets as wide as 72 inches wide.
Wow.
So that's important for C8 owners when it comes to the C8 convertible rear hatch. That entire piece that comes up,
yep,
we can do in one piece now.
Okay, very nice, very
nice.
nice.
We've got the pattern that's two pieces, but the installers that really know their grit, they'll bulk and do a big one piece for it. So now, because we can make it in pieces so large, you don't have to deal with having the seam. You don't have to you don't have to clean that edge.
Right, right. You know, just doing a close-up, guys, you know, you can see they're very, very fine line, and you can just feel it, but you can see the edges are rolled. This thing is done very, very well. So, you know, to find a local installer in your area, it's expel.com.
Expel.com or expel.com/Corvette.
Thank you, Michael, for taking the time to get on camera with
Yes,
me.
sir. Thank you so much.
All right,
Yeah.
thanks for supporting the Corvette Museum.
Absolutely.
Featuring some of the different vendors that are out here today, and right now we are talking to the folks from AMT Custom Design. So, how are you, sir? Jeff.
How you doing? Kevin Thompson.
Kevin.
Mike Coder, good to meet you.
Mike, good to meet you. So tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing and what you got on display out here today. You got a bunch of beautiful cars out here.
Appreciate it. So AMT, we make automotive dress-up parts. So typically anything under the hood you want to dress up, we handle. We do door sill plates. Got a few exterior items on the C5, some side skirts, and a 3-piece chin splitter. So we'll kind of walk you around each car and give you a quick overview of what we do.
Very cool. So
Perfect.
you want to start here with the C6?
Yep, so C6 right here, if you want to peek in there under the engine bay, pretty much
Holy
as you
cow.
can see, anything that is under the hood, we can cover, and we can paint and or hydrocarbon fiber dip it. So whatever color combination you have, we match factory colors, and we do hydrocarbon in black, red, orange, and blue.
Okay, very
So
nice.
That's our C6 LS3 platform specifically. And then you transition over here. So we've got door sill plates. This is the C7 Z06 door sill plates. And then also on the C6 right
Back here on the C6 as well.
And both of these are dipped in hydrocarbon fiber.
They look
Custom
really, really
designs.
nice. Yep. And you can do these in any colors that anybody that they want.
We can. Primarily it's a black carbon flash base with, you know, Corvette text in red or yellow or white, whatever color they want. And this is our 19 Z06, so we make a supercharger hat for it. This one's,
Excuse me, gentlemen.
black hydrocarbon fiber.
Very nice. And again, you can see you know, for those that looking on camera here, we've got the fender and camera and frame as well as the cover. But I mean, you can see the factory color match on these things is perfect.
And like our caps, for example, our caps are actually held on with magnets so that when they go on there, you can face your flags whichever way you want. We do the caps hydrocarbon fiber or painted. You know, fuse box covers, alternator covers, coil covers, coolant tank covers, air box covers, lower and upper heat extractors, alternator, brake ECM, master cylinder booster covers, you name it. It's under the hood. We do it.
Very, very cool. And then these guys were out at Corvettes at Carlisle, and I assume you guys will be back there again this year?
We will. We'll go over here to the C5, and then we'll jump back to the C8.
All right, the C5 is going to blind some folks here with all the silver and metal that's under this thing. This thing's unreal.
This is a customer car. This is Scott McKeever's car. Does a phenomenal job. Just turned 97,000 miles on this car, driving it here from Ohio.
Yeah, he told me he drove it in from Columbus, Ohio last night.
But you can see he's got all of our parts down here. All of the molded parts are all ours on the car. So battery fuse box covers, inner fender covers, radiator covers, air bridge cover, intake covers, fuel rail covers, you name it, caps as well.
This thing's gorgeous.
So we just introduced the very first set of our side skirts for the C5. As far as we know, not really anyone else is making them, and this is the very first pair we've got. We put on this car last night.
And they, you know, contoured, look very similar to what was on the C7.
Yep.
Very cool. And that's
then-
available in almost any body color, I assume then?
Yep, we can do it any body color, absolutely.
And then you can, you know, would imagine also do a carbon fiber, or you know, carbon flash,
Yep.
or the hydro dipped as well.
Yep.
You know, just walking around this C5, this thing's got all kinds of stuff done to it.
He does a great job with this car. It's won several shows.
It looks to be a great show winner.
One of our big C5 sellers, so smooth bumper covers. So GM doesn't even make this product anymore. A lot of people are missing their bumper cover. Well, typically with the GM cover, it's screwed in. Our cover is actually held on with magnets. So again, it's smooth. The decal is under the clear coat. It's very easy to clean. So you just, you know, put the mounts in and cover's on. Doesn't
That's
go
great.
anywhere.
Need to talk to you about that for my C5.
And
I
this is
love that.
Also our 3-piece chin splitter on this car as well.
Yep. Okay. You can see how, you know, a little bit of a detail here on the design of it. It comes right around the front and has the verticals on it as well.
Yep.
Very nice.
And then moving over here to the C8. So, you know, we've got lots of goodies now for the C8. Our door sill plate covers are probably our #1 seller. Everyone's interested in those. And then we got complete engine bay dress up in the back. So almost everything on this vehicle is on with magnets. So all of our covers, again, just on with magnets, on and snap right in. So inner fender covers, same way, on with magnets.
And guys are leaving these on as they're driving, and they can
100%.
they can, you know, take it on and off as far as cleaning the car, or if they're going to wash the car, they can remove it.
So strut tower covers, again, just on with magnets. Same with the engine bay covers.
Wild.
Aircraft composite material, you know, they weigh less than a pound. And again, just slide right on. Strut tower covers going on.
Now, which parts do you
We're
get?
done.
Wow, that's wild.
So this is our trunk insert piece that we've got. And then this is our trunk cover that we just finished. And again, anyone goes to car shows, they got all their stuff they can hide in here. It's literally lift out.
Very cool.
And it's literally set in place.
Just sets it right back in
That's
front.
it.
And I see something similar to this up in the front as well.
Yep, so we'll walk up front. Oh, while we're back
Yep,
here, one
sure.
other thing. So this is our rear bumper filler for the C8.
Okay.
So mounts in the same holes with the license plate.
All right.
Just kind of give you a little accent in the back.
Very nice.
And then in the front, starting at the very bottom, so this is our C8 smooth bumper filler. So we matched, you know, kind of the color of the car with the Corvette. Typically that's black. This is just a piece that attaches to your factory piece. Then we've got our front storage cover, got our cap set, and then our upper front insert.
Very cool. And they could, you know, obviously this is with AMT, but you could get anything put up in there.
Correct.
You know,
we'll
I
work
could
with
put
the
Zippy's
customer.
garage when I get my C8 at some point.
on any cover. We can
Yes.
custom logo any cover.
Awesome, awesome. So, well,
So,
thank you very much. How?
Absolutely.
What's the website?
AMTcustomdesigns.com. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. Follow us. Send us a message.
Excellent. Well, thank you for being out here supporting
Absolutely.
the National Corvette Museum, and we'll see you out at Corvettes at Carlisle.
100%. Good
Thank
to see
you.
Take care.
All right, as I continue around Corvette Drive here at the Corvette Circle out at the museum, one of the best things that you can do with your car is the Ron Fellows driving experience out at Spring Mountain in Nevada. And we've got Brooke, who is all the way in here into Kentucky from Nevada. So how are you, Brooke?
I'm good, I'm good.
Awesome. So Brooke and I have struck up a friendship a number of years ago, and it's her fault that I'm now driving a C7 as my daily driver. And that's part of the reason why I'm not going back, because I have C8s now, and it's going to cost me a lot of money if I end up doing that. So Brooke, thank you for Ron Fellows and Spring Mountain for being out here supporting the Corvette Museum today at Bash. But tell me a little bit about the school and why every one of these new owners of a C8 should come out and visit you guys.
Sure, yeah. So we are the official driving school for Corvette, and when you buy a brand new C8, you do get our school at a subsidized cost. Does not mean you have to own a Corvette to do it either. We have different levels and different schools for all shapes and sizes. But it is definitely an experience. We will teach you everything you need to know about the C8, all the way down from the electronics to the handling of the Corvette, even the weight transfer with the engine being in the back versus the front. So there is a lot to learn, you know, even for those who have done the C7 program. It's still really great to redo that in the C8 as well.
And, you know, just one of the misconceptions of this, yes, you guys can actually teach professional drivers how to race, but you guys are not teaching everyday owners how to race.
No.
You're teaching them how to be more responsible on the road in their car, correct?
That is correct. So we are not here to teach anybody how to be Mario Andretti. We are only here to teach you how to drive your Corvette safely. This is for everyday drivers, people who have cars that sit in the garage and take it out once in a while. That's fine too. We're not here to teach you how to race. Although we do teach things that are helpful on the track if that is something that you wish to do, because the C8 does perform great on the track.
Yeah, and it's a safe environment. You know, again, people think racetrack and they think door-to-door, you know, racing in an open environment, and that's not the case at all. It's a lead-follow situation, correct?
Absolutely. Yep. And we do tons of car control exercises. Safety is obviously our number one concern, so we do a lot of accident avoidance, visual scanning, braking, we do shifting. So there's a lot of things to know about the C8, but also just in everyday driving. So.
Yeah, so again, guys, it is a wonderful, safe environment, and the fun thing is you're doing it on somebody else's car. So you're not running your car out there, and they're only an hour outside of Las Vegas, so take your opportunity, get out to Vegas. And one of the coolest things that I remember doing it when I went out for the C7 was we were out on a course doing a figure 8, and we had a sunscreen set up in the windshield, guys. So you want to talk about a little bit unnerving way to drive. Now, granted, the serpentine setup, again, picture having one of these sunscreens that help keeps the sun out of your car and keep the car cooler in the sunny weather. Driving with one of those in front of your windshield, teaching you how to use your peripheral vision. Granted, you're only going 2-3 miles an hour in an open course, but I tell you what, it really teaches you how to use all of your senses when you're driving the car. So,
yes.
How do folks get in touch with you?
Basically, you can call our 800 number, which is 1-800-391-6891, and we can put you in touch with a sales associate.
And what's the website?
It is springmountainmotorsports.com.
Awesome. And I understand you guys are doing some, expansion out there, new tracks and so forth. So
yes, we actually just finished building one of our expansions, which put us over 9 miles of track now. We're still the longest road course in North America. We're inching towards being the longest in the world. But yes, we have that expansion going on. We have a new hotel casino being built. Should be breaking ground here any day now. So
excellent.
Exciting stuff.
So it's a full-blown vacation experience out in Pahrump, Nevada. So
in the middle of nowhere, but it's great. It's our own oasis.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Brooke, for taking the time to get on camera here and supporting the National Corvette Museum out here at Bash Weekend.
Thank you, Jeff.
One of the biggest sponsors for Corvette World is Michelin, and look at this beautiful race car that they've got set up out here, a C6 Z06. And what's crazy is these are all season tires that are on this thing. But ran into a couple friends of mine. Lee Willard here. How are you, Lee?
How you doing? Glad to be here, Jeff. We're here at the 2022 Michelin Bash. We've had a little break because of circumstances in the world, but we're so happy to be back here in Kentucky at the Bowling Green National Corvette Museum.
And you've got that accent to go with Kentucky, man.
Yeah,
it sounds good.
South Carolina through Tennessee to Kentucky.
Got it. And this is Dr. Jeff over here as well, the famous Dr. Jeff.
I don't know about that, but happy to be here. It's really a great event, and it's so awesome to get to talk to everybody and see what everybody's got. It's fantastic.
So thanks for coming out and supporting us, supporting the Corvette hobby and the museum and all of us owners and enthusiasts that are out here this weekend. So what do you guys got on display? I know you always got something up your sleeve, and I know you're doing some work for the new Z06 that's coming out, but you got something in your hand there. What do you got over there?
So, new Z06 tires. These are Pilot Sport 4S Zippy, zero pressure, and they were really proud of these tires. We've worked on it for quite some time now. I remember exchanging the first emails back in 2013, so man, we've worked on these a long time. It's exciting to finally get to talk about tires that have been in development that long.
That's a long gag order for 2013 to 2022, let me tell you.
Yes, it is. It's real exciting stuff. And we've done a lot of work with GM, obviously, on these tires and really tuning it in and making this thing as world-class as we can, bringing as much to the table to make that car successful as we possibly can.
Yeah.
And Lee's worked his absolute magic on these, and unbelievable tires.
To help with Dr. Jeff and his team.
So, question for you, and again, I didn't preface this, sorry guys, I'm putting you on the spot, but
Go for it.
The carbon fiber wheel, how does that come into play with tire development? Because, I mean, that's got to be so much lighter than your standard wheel and, you know, unsprung weight and things of that nature. How does that go into tire development?
Yeah, so that was an exciting change to see, and it was honestly eye-opening to see how much that brought to the table. Like you're saying, in terms of mass inertia, lap time starts to show up, but the other big thing is stiffness and the driver feel from that, having a much more precise platform to drive on. And I know the development drivers can really A/B that and hone in on changes much easier. So definitely a big part of the development, making sure that the tires work well on both sets of wheels.
Very cool. So, and because I know the C7 and the C8 have the same size front wheel tire, not wheel, but the same size tire, yet if you're ordering tires as a Corvette consumer, you want to make sure you get the correct tire because they're made differently because of the weight difference between, I guess, where the weight's located in the car via the front engine and the rear engine. Tell me a little bit more about those tires and what how that goes into that production.
That's absolutely true. The C7 tires have 245/35 19s on the narrow bodies, Z51 or base Stingrays. The C8s have 245/35 19 on the Stingray as well. Now, the C8 tire is a Pilot Sport 4S, which is the 4th generation of our summer sport tire.
Okay.
The C7 is for Pilot Super Sports PSS ZPs. That was really like our 3rd generation. We just called them Super Sports at that time. But they are, so they're 2 different tire brands, 2 different tire lines. And you can tell the difference by that.
So it's just not a matter of looking at the same size and just ordering it, through your tire vendor. Oh, it's that size tire, they're Michelin's, that's what I want to put on the car. You want to make sure you have it specific for your particular vehicle.
One of the really important things there is to always make sure you read the owner's manual. It will tell you exactly the tire in the car. You will also have...
That might be... Is that Taj calling? I don't know. Let's take a look.
That's my real boss.
Oh, that's the real boss.
Show the TPC.
All right, so we're going to go back over to Jeff here.
So there's actually a TPC marking or specifications we get from GM and put that on the sidewall of the tire to know if it's the appropriate tire for that car.
Gotcha.
And there's separate numbers, obviously, for the different generations, because tuned very different for 2 different missions.
Very much so, and it's amazing what you can learn from just reading the owner's manual, right?
Absolutely.
What a concept.
Absolutely.
So, anything else new and exciting coming down the pipeline?
Oh, man, we're always working on the latest and the greatest. Nothing but exciting things. Very honored to get to work on this stuff. Great to see the Z06 out and finally get to talk about some of this stuff.
Yeah, so that gag order has been released a little bit for you from 20. How long ago?
Great.
What year was it?
It was 2013, I think, was the first emails and conversations around what do we need to do to really fundamentally change architecture.
Awesome. Well, thank you for keeping the faith and keeping the race team out on out as well, because guys, the folks that you're meeting here, Dr. Jeff and Lee and Eric and everybody else, these guys are out at Le Mans. These guys are out running with Corvette racing. So these guys are in the thick of it all. So thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for being out here. So, continuing to cover some of the vendors out here at the National Corvette Museum Bash Weekend. This is an old friend from American Hydrocarbon, Pat. So, how are you, sir?
Hi, Jeffrey. Good to talk to you.
Good to see you. So, Pat and I go back, well over 10 years ago. He did one of my double DIN conversions on my C5 Corvette that I still have in the car to this day. And he's come a long way since those days years ago, and now, I mean, this stuff that he has got and the customization stuff that he can do is just unbelievable. So, Pat, tell me a little bit about what you got on the table today and what you can do.
Okay, we were invited to come and set up a display here at the Bash. This is my first time at the Bash. This is an unbelievable event, and bring our C8 products that are licensed now with GM, and they also sell them in the store.
That's right. You can get all this through the, so a plug there for National Corvette Museum membership. If you're a member, you get a discount because you buy it through the store.
You get like 15% off.
Correct. Yep.
Members get big discounts. New members get an additional discount up to like 20%.
Okay.
And they've been doing pretty well with our products. They have the side skirts and the splitters on the wall.
Okay, yeah, I saw those. Yep. If you haven't been out to the store, I'll take a video of the store, but the store's been completely redesigned over the last year and a half. So
yeah, you see the side skirts are hanging on the wall.
Very nice.
And a couple of panels are hanging.
So I mean, if you don't follow Pat on Facebook and Instagram, please do so, because I mean the photographs that he puts up are just unbelievable. But take a look at some of the different things that he's got out here. Very cool. But for those with the C8R, my goodness, this thing looks amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, these are panels are made from 1/4-inch Lexan, so they're very strong. They're heat resistant. They're licensed products with GM.
Very nice.
Everything is in the correct colors for a Corvette. This is Accelerate Yellow. This is Torch Red. This is a two-tone cover.
Very nice.
This is our premium cover, which is the Hydrocarbon.
Right, you can see a carbon fiber weave in this.
Yeah. These are our premium covers. This is a white one. This is a red mist.
Yep, the red mist. Okay.
And this is the Elkhart Lake Blue trim. So you can have it any way you want it.
Very cool. Very cool. So all of this is available through American Hydrocarbon as well as the National Corvette Museum store. So Zippy's Garage still out at the Bash. Got my caravan hat on, and it is the next morning, but I just wanted to show you some of the hospitality and craziness that goes on. Mike Furman here, and Bill from Racing Sports Concepts. So please go check him out. He's got a wrapped C8 out in the parking lot. I'm going to go try and capture that. But walking around here this morning, we're at a local restaurant, Wild Eggs in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and this was a breakfast put on by the Mid-Engine Corvette Forum, and we're just kind of breaking up right now, but we probably had 60 people here for breakfast from all over the country, including, you know, Corvette Blogger is here, who's one of the founders of the Mid-Engine Corvette Forum, along with John Elegant, who's all the way from Oregon. And Steve Garrett's here from Corvette Today podcast. How are you, Steve?
Hey, buddy. It's good to see you again.
Good. And Wendy from General Motors, the Corvette team is here. So this is all the fun and games that you get to see out at the Bash, guys. So make yourself, you know, if you can, make sure you get down to Bowling Green. This way you can enjoy the camaraderie that goes on. How are you, Roger?
It's awesome. Nice to meet you, sir. Nice to meet you. Yeah,
Pleasure.
Great to have you here.
Excellent. Glad to be here. Some New Jersey folks are in the house this morning, so all right, all the way from New Jersey again. We got Texas, all parts across the country here today. And then just get John on camera here real quick and go have John say good morning. John, say good morning to everybody.
Good morning. How are you, Zip?
I'm doing great. Thanks for the invite. Sorry to interrupt there from you. Wheelcraft is here as well, so it's just about the sponsorships and, you know, the relationships that this car brings everybody together. And we've got folks from all over the country here this morning. So thanks for the invitation, guys. We'll see you over at the museum later this morning. All right. So if you're new to the mid-engine, it's the C8 Corvette. Be sure to check out Mid-Engine Corvette Forum. It's the friendliest forum out there with a bunch of great owners, and you won't go wrong with the Mid-Engine Corvette Forum with all the information that they've got out there. So, more to come from Bowling Green later today. All right, so we are inside at the Corvette Museum now, and you can see it's starting to fill up a little bit more, and you can tell a lot of these Corvettes that are in the delivery row here are different than what you saw yesterday, because they rotate these things through, and you can see, like I was talking about earlier, they've got Corvette Museum staff here teaching the new owners all about their new Corvette. So it's, like I said yesterday, it's just not about setting up your Bluetooth and, you know, sending you on your way. But you can see lots of folks starting to pile in on Corvette Boulevard here. So Ronald and Linda getting their brand new C8 convertible. Beautiful. And I got a couple more set up here, more over here as well. But one of the overlooked areas as far as the museum is concerned is the library and archive section. And this is a really cool spot to come in and check out, you know, what the Corvette Museum is all about and some of the heritage and history behind the museum. So let's take a walk inside here. And they actually purchased, the museum purchased the State Police Annex building a number of years ago, which is on property here. And that's where a lot of the archives are being stored now. So the museum continues to grow, and you can see talks about the board chairpersons as far as, you know, the past, present, and board members. You can see some of the names up here. You may recognize Will Cooksey, who was the assembly plant manager, ran the assembly plant for a number of years. But lots of cool stuff in this archive section. And then, like I said, they're going to get the other location up and running as well. Look at all the pins. So again, really cool stuff. Lots of really neat prints that are up here. You know, from years ago, the Monopoly game had a Corvette-themed Monopoly back in 2003. You've got one set up here. Again, really, really cool stuff. And then you can see all the different archives that are in the back here. Just memorabilia and things along that nature. And then for the weekend here, they've got a silent auction set up with all kinds of fun Corvette memorabilia and things of that nature. So folks are signing and bidding. You know, here, talk about the Corvette Caravan. That's from the 20th anniversary. ZR1 C4 gathering back from 2005. So some of the original information from the 03 Corvette. Hallmark ornaments, more pins. So really neat stuff that they have set up inside here from the silent auction standpoint. Autographed pieces. So if you're down at the museum, make sure you stop in to the library and archive section as well. All right, so Zippy's Garage still out at the bash, and as you can tell, I'm indoors now, and got a special guest to talk about a real unique initiative here at the Corvette Museum, and would like to introduce Deb Howard. So, Deb, why don't you tell the audience what exactly you do here at the museum and what we're going to talk about here today?
Sure. Well, my role here at the museum is education coordinator, and I always tell our student groups who visit here that I'm kind of like the teacher at the museum. However, I clarify it by saying everyone who works here is a teacher. So we all have that role, educating the public, educating kids, educating adults, regardless, we're all teachers here. But I do work with a lot of student groups at the museum. So.
Very cool, very cool. And one of the really cool things that's coming up here at the museum, coming up probably in the next month or so, is a new Hot Wheels display that's going to be here. Full-size vehicles that are going to be on display here at the museum. And speaking of Hot Wheels, what is this initiative that I take part in? My local Corvette club, the original Garden State Corvette Club, helps out with, as well as many other clubs around the country. Tell me a little bit more about the toys from Hot Wheels.
We call that our Hot Wheels initiative, and it started several years ago, actually, by a club out of Missouri, the St. Louis Corvette Club, specifically Marty and Judy Dooley out of that club. They were going through their basement, of all things, cleaning out their basement, and they found a box of Corvettes and were wondering, there's about 300 cars here. What should we do with these? Should we donate them to a Goodwill or think of something else? And they thought of the museum.
Oh,
and
that's
they
great.
called their friends at the museum, and we gladly accepted them. And then they went a little bit further and spoke with their club members and said, why don't we start a Hot Wheels initiative for the museum to give out to the students? And that's kind of how it began.
Excellent, excellent. We got a little sampling here on the desk, and like I said, I had checked the luggage, and I had to make sure that these Corvettes made it down here from New Jersey in good fashion. And like I said, my local club will package up 100 Corvettes at a time and send them down from time to time once we get them all together. But I'm going off script here, but I'm going to take a look on Deb's desk. There's just piles of other folks just happen to drop stuff off, and there's
here in the corner, there's more.
So you got more bags over here. So
there's more that have already been donated that I've put away already.
So you've already cleaned out for the weekend as well. So this is just another batch, so to speak. So if you're interested, please, if you're out shopping at your local Target, Walmart, supermarket, wherever, and you see these types of Hot Wheels, please pick up one of the individually wrapped Hot Wheels. That's what works best, because every child that leaves after one of the museum tours, they go home with a brand new Corvette, basically,
They
right?
sure do. We tell them they get a Corvette before they leave, and they are thrilled, and the teachers are thrilled, and it gives us a chance to tell them about Corvette clubs around the country and how they do this for us.
Excellent. And it's a way to kind of move it forward or pay it forward and bring that next generation into the love of Corvette. So thanks for everything that you do here, Deb, and thanks for taking the time to be on camera today.
You're very welcome.
Zippy's Garage still out at the Corvette Museum at the Bash for 2022, and ran into two special guests. Hello, ladies. How are you today? So we have Stephanie and Sharon, the new president and CEO of the National Corvette Museum. So just thank you for taking a minute to say hello to all my viewers. And,
Absolutely.
What are your impressions of this Bash this weekend?
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. Everybody on the team kept saying, wait till Bash, just wait till Bash. And we have this whole thing inside the museum on staff. There's BB before Bash, and then there's AB after Bash.
There you go.
And so they are so very right, and what a great reception that I have had by all of you that love this car and love this museum. So much fun. It's been wonderful weather.
Yes.
We've been so blessed, and people are having a great time. And it's hey, you're around Corvettes all day long.
Yep.
You're here with all these fun people. I got the best job in the world.
You absolutely do. So,
I'm speaking of that.
I do.
You
have the best job.
Stephanie's got a very good job. So thank you very much, Sharon. And I know you're a busy lady. You got to get going. But
I do. I got a member to go meet.
Oh, go for it. So,
Thanks, Sharon.
So Stephanie, tell me a little bit about what's coming up at the museum. I know we've got Hot Wheels coming, and
We do. We have the Hot Wheels exhibit, which will be here from May 27th through September the 25th. Please, 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 if you haven't made plans to come see us, we'd love to have you. Actually, I'll extend a special invitation to all your viewers. We have an opening gala the night before on the 26th, and it is a very exclusive event, and we'd love to extend
And
the invitation.
I've received that email from somebody named Bobby Joe.
Well, perfect. We'll offer that same invitation to your viewers.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for that. If any of the viewers want information on that, please reach out to me in the comments section.
Awesome.
Or send me an email. And then, obviously, we're getting ready for 2024 for the National Corvette Caravan. That's going to be here before you know it. So
we're so excited.
Excellent.
30th anniversary of this National Corvette Museum.
Yes. And you've been here for almost all of those 30, right? So 25 years recently. So congratulations on that. And, you know, hopefully another 25 years are in your future.
I think that would put me opening that time capsule
Right.
out there in the middle, and I don't think we want that.
Well, Stephanie, again, thank you very much for all that you do. I know this is a job for you, but at the same token, it's passion for you. And that's what, you know, all of us Corvette enthusiasts absolutely love, that we know that our Graceland for Corvette is in great hands with you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Stephanie. So, Zippy's Garage, still out in Bowling Green, but I am now in my rental car. But I came across the street. Part of the draw of everything in Bowling Green here is not only the National Corvette Museum, but there's actually 3 really cool attractions. One being the Corvette Museum, the other being the GM Corvette Assembly Plant, which is right across the street. And then third is the National NCM Motorsports Park. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm in the parking lot of the Motorsports Park. They've got some go-karting going off over here in the, off to my right. But I'm going to take a drive by and just show you, you know, we had the tornado that tore through here back in December. And this is now the end of April. Take a look at what the devastation was and the rebuilding process that is going on right now. This was the, and still is, the clubhouse, for lack of a better description. But this got tore up pretty good. And you can see they're still in the rebuilding phases. And down here on the garages, you can see that the devastation here was pretty rough. Still don't have the garages back in working order. And they actually showed some of the photographs from the devastation from this tornado in some of the presentations. But you can see this building really took it on the chin. And then they are still running cars here. There's events still going on here, obviously just not using the garages. You can drive their Corvette on the track, and there must be a sport bike event going on today, because I drove past quite a few as I was driving in, and there's some more down here set up underneath their pop-up tents. But the Motorsports Park is a great venue, and in years past, this entire area where I'm driving by is usually stacked up with Corvettes waiting to go on track. Because, say like at the Corvette Caravan, you can drive your own personal Corvette in a lead-follow situation around the Motorsports Park. You're gonna follow one of the Motorsport Park employees in one of their Corvettes or one of the Camaros around the track. They'll show you the correct line to drive. But you can see the roof on this building here. Again, more garages with no roof. But they are in the process of putting this all back together, making it bigger and better. And they are still continuing to run events here at Motorsports Park. So for the 2024 Caravan, most likely we're going to be out on track again here, and really looking forward to what this motorsports venue really has to offer. It's just not the museum, it's just not the racetrack, and it's just not the assembly plant. So lots to see and do while here in Bowling Green. Hello there and welcome back. As you can probably tell, I am now in my rental car on the mad dash down to the Nashville airport. Just wrapped up an unbelievable weekend here at the National Corvette Museum for the Michelin Bash. This morning did a little bit of business with regards to the ambassadorship. If you're a member of a local Corvette club and you're unfamiliar with being a club ambassador, check out the National Corvette Museum's website and look for the ambassador information there. It's a great way to be a conduit to bring more people into the Corvette Museum and let them know about everything that they have to offer. And then secondly, this morning we had a meeting with caravan captains from all over the country. We had all points covered from Oregon to Southern California, Texas, California, up through New England, and it was really nice all to be able to get in one room together and really start to hash out and really promote the 2024 National Corvette Caravan. So for more information, check out CorvetteCaravan.com and check out your local state or region. Now, not every region or state has information up there yet, but there should be contact information there. If not, check out the Atlantic Caravan page, and I can help put you in touch with your local caravan captain. More information to come on the caravan, but like I said, just an unbelievable job by everybody at the National Corvette Museum. The museum is in wonderful hands with the new CEO and president, Sharon Bronner, and the staff that Stephanie Morell and her entire team have. I'm really looking forward to what the next chapter of the National Corvette Museum is going to bring. So with that said, guys, more fun and games to come, as now the car show season's starting to heat up as we're getting into the late spring and early summer up in New Jersey and in the northeast part of the country. So thanks for watching the channel, and more to come.